So I've been working with Paramount Hospitality Management since May of 2019. I joined the team here at the Grove in March of 2020, right before the blip. A month later, our president, Marco Manzi, presented me with the task. He let me know what he wanted to accomplish when it came to this wayfinding challenge and asked me to spearhead the project. Given the sheer size of the resort, one of the most common complaints we had received was how difficult it was to navigate and how the expanse of our property made us a veritable maze. So that was definitely something we wanted to address. Secondly, through the mapping process, we wanted to inform the guests of all the amenities at their disposal in order to both enhance the experience as well as to drive revenue. Then, with the integration of the mobile app, our goal was to target a 40% reduction of in-lobby check-ins. This, paired with the MazeMap ride to your room directions, meant that guests were able to check in from the road, skip the lobby, and then go straight to the room. Upon Paramount Hospitality Management's takeover of the Grove Resort and Waterpark, the navigation of the property was a huge issue, as the limited signage and many identical halls shifted this leisure resort into a labyrinth with which the guest's only tool was a paper map handed to them at check-in. Since our takeover, we've been working diligently to address the navigation opportunities with additional signage, the implementation of MazeMap, and ensuring that our guests are well informed of this digital resource. So the initial maps were created from pulling the building's original CAD files. This posed a little bit of a challenge as some of the layouts throughout the property had changed since the building's original design. Thus, we entered the modification phase where little by little, the map was reviewed area by area, floor by floor, and then any inaccuracies had to be screenshotted, noted with corrections, and then sent to the MazeMap team for adjustment. The indoor positioning system was set up with partnership from MazeMap, Indoor Atlas, as well as our on-site IT team. So it meant having beacons placed throughout the property and then walking each area, recording how it interacted with the beacons, the environment on our phone, and then recording each area to have integrated into the system. So now that MazeMap has been integrated into the Grove Resort and Waterpark's app, guests have the option to go to the property map right at the bottom of our screen, in which the MazeMap screen will load. And it depends on what they're looking for at that point. If they're looking for something specific, such as their room number, they can just type that in right into the search bar right at the top. Or we have this option with all the POIs, the point of interest categories, with a drop down where they can get suggestions as to what they may be looking for. So we have it such as amenities, dining outlets, elevators, garages, guest service centers, restrooms, anything along those lines. And guests from there, once they select one of those, it'll pop up and give them some options to choose from where they can then select and get the directions. The Q&A process is a lot of back and forth. So as we at the Grove continue to look over each area, each floor, each wing, we'd find little things that need to be adjusted, whether that was the layout of something that had changed from the building's original design, or if it meant changing paths to something that we preferred for guest traffic, if we wanted them to avoid kind of back of the house areas, things along those lines. It would just be kind of screenshotting the spot, drawing the alternate route or notating any corrections, sending it back to MazeMap for adjustment, and they let us know once it was done, and then we reviewed and started the process all over. So MazeMap was always quite responsive when it came to the service requests. Anytime we had any sort of question, it would usually be setting up a call so we could go over it, pulling up the map or whatever it was we were looking for, and getting everything adjusted from there or answering any questions. And it usually had a pretty quick turnaround time. The integration of MazeMap into our Springer-Miller system, or what later became known as the Grove app for our specific property, was probably one of the most seamless portions of this process. It was basically introducing the two teams, letting them know what was desired, and from that point forward, the two development teams took it from there. So as with any technological integration, you're gonna have some mixed reviews depending on your clientele. You have some that will always, no matter what options are available, always prefer the traditional paper map. Then there's a lot of others who had been struggling with the wayfinding for a while and were very excited with the option of digital maps. Once we gave them the option for the MazeMap integration, it was warmly accepted. So in today's environment, it's essential for hoteliers and other hospitality venues to incorporate technology into their operations in order to fill the needs of their consumers and to remain competitive in this ever-changing marketplace. Incorporating MazeMap's digital wayfinding technology is definitely something that has put us a cut above the rest.